Hey, what's up, everybody? Chef Dexter here. I just wanted to get on, talk to you about one of the most important things about being a chef, or being a cook for that matter. But if you want to move your game from being a cook to being a chef, you're going to have to master this one little thing. And it doesn't take much, but it takes focus. It takes up here. You got to master this and know what you're doing, and then you can master what I'm about to talk about. About to talk about mise en place. What? What'd you say? Mise en place. It translates from French into things in place, or putting in place, or what I like to say is get your shit together. Okay, but seriously, mise en place is one of the most crucial things that you could possibly master in this business. It'll allow you to be efficient. It'll allow you to do more throughout your day. If you don't master it, you're not going to move up. You're not going to be looked at to get a promotion or get a raise. It's just not going to happen. This business is fast. It's high paced. There's a lot going on. There's multiple different parties. There's the line. You know, you're cooking 200-300 people for the line, let alone a catering event on the side. So you need to have your stuff in place, or your shit together, or your mindset right, all of it. You got to have your mindset on what you're doing. You got to be able to set yourself up for success, set yourself up for the next day. Also, one of the cool and most important things about mise en place is setting it up in a way that if somebody had no idea how to cook at all, never been in the kitchen, and they had to go put this party out, or they had to work your station, they would be able to do it in an okay fashion, obviously, but with a little direction. Mise en place, if everything is there, they're not walking all over looking for something. They don't need to go grab a spoon to get the fruit out of the bowl. They don't need to go grab a tong to toss the coleslaw. Little things, you need a fry bowl. All the little tiny things are gonna make your day go way faster. Basically, from the first course, or from the main course to the garnish, the little things, the big things, the bowls, the utensils, the salt and pepper, the dressings, the plates, whatever you're gonna use for that specific dish or that event, they need to be lined up together. They need to be put in a place by themselves where you can access them, where you're not running around at the last minute trying to look for the salad dressing because it's on the line instead of with your banquet stuff. Does this all make sense? So that's one of the major things that you need to master, and I'll give you an example why and how it just benefited me by being crucially mastered my mise en place on this specific day. Of course, we all have bad days, we all have good days, but almost all the time you need to be set, ready to roll. And I get that it's hard, but you got to master it. So the other day, we were one person down, which, side note, let me go on a tangent here. If you're the chef of a restaurant or a country club or your own restaurant, probably mostly in your own restaurant, you're gonna be a person down. We're always a person down in this business. It's ridiculous. So plan on that. Don't put off for tomorrow what you could get done today. If you have a party tomorrow, get everything you could do for the party tomorrow. You don't know what it has in store. Somebody's gonna call in sick. Maybe they add 20 to the party last minute. You don't know. So if you're prepped the night before, it makes your day easier. Now if somebody doesn't call in, you're set. Anyways, back on track. So we were down one person. I asked one of my line cooks to stay a little extra time. I thought it was going to be an hour, maybe two, to get me through that first rush. It turned out we were busy. We did a really cool pop-up barbecue, promoted it last minute. All of our members, I work at a country club, all of our members were hands down excited about it. It was really cool, just a simple menu, but we were doing it all outside. So there's key number one to this story. All of my mise en place had to come from my kitchen, be prepped in a certain spot, everything, and then transported to an outside barbecue area, not a kitchen outside. We were underneath a tent. We had a grill and a table and a cooler. That's all we had. So we had to have everything lined out to put in that space. So my line cook, he stayed extra. I greatly appreciate that. Well, we got hit. We got hit hard. We had probably 60% more people show up than we anticipated. I had enough food for everybody. Hopefully, glad we didn't have any orders at that last hour and a half or so, or last half hour rather. Sorry, we were this close to running out of food, so it went great. It was a success. But at the same time as we had our pop-up barbecue, we were running a catering event that happened to be starting to be plated at the same time that our busiest rush was outside. So now we're one person short. I'm out of the kitchen. I can't help in here doing the party. And if I didn't have all my stuff mise en placed out, all my stuff together, it would have been a disaster. It would have been a train wreck. There would have been no way to recover. Seeing how my boss had to do the whole party by himself and plate it was a plated event, not a buffet, plated event, so he has to plate each plate individually. Granted, he knows what he's doing. That's a whole side story. Anyways, all my stuff was together. So, while I was outside barbecuing for 100 people, he was in here. All he had to do was take one sweep through the kitchen and know exactly where things were. The meat was here. The fish was here. The sauce was here. The salad was here. The garnish was on top. The utensils were in it. The salad was bowled up already. The plates were there. I had 2 kids' meals. The kids' plates were set in the walk-in right next to all my other stuff. Everything put there. It just needed to be plated, basically. It just needed to be cooked and plated. And so he had no problem. I believe that if somebody was brand new in my kitchen and they had an idea of the menu and my vision on how to plate it and how to put the party out, if they were by themselves, they could take a little bit of direction, a few minutes with them, and they could have put the party out. It obviously wouldn't have gone as successful given the experience level of the person putting it out. But just know that if mise en place was not the case in that specific day, it would have been a train wreck. There would have been unhappy members on both ends, from the catering event to the barbecue. I would have had to take time out from the barbecue to go do the catering event, and then that takes longer ticket times. All of this stuff. There's so much involved in what we do. So if you're a cook out there and you're wondering, how can I move up? How can I go to the next level? I've been doing this for years. I know how to cook. Well, are you mise en placed? Does the next person come in? Can they do your position without anybody there? Do you set them up? Set them up for success. Everybody, set your dishwashers up for success. Everything in this business boils down to mise en place. Are you prepared? Are you ready to do the job? Do you have your utensils? Do you have everything, right? Do you have all of this stuff? So that being said, you gotta love what you do. You gotta love the business. I personally love the business. There's some ups and downs, but just know, if you're out there, you're wondering, how can I move up? This is going to be the number one thing that you can master, and your chef will notice, your manager will notice. Your day is going to go smoother. You're going to be less grumpy on the line if that's the case. Your food's going to look better, and you're going to be next in line to get that promotion or to get that raise. But just stick with it. You got to stick with it. You got to do it day in and day out. It can't just be one day you're ready to go. It's got to be consistent. Just like anything else in this world, it's consistency. But So it's mise en place and mindset, the two M's. Maybe I'll call that two M's. Mise en place and mindset. If you master those, you'll move up. You're going to be a chef in no time. I believe in you. You can do it. If you have any questions about mise en place, please feel free to comment below. I'm interested in hearing your best story about how you were set up, or let's face it, your worst story would be fun too, on how big of a disaster it was because things weren't put in place either by you or by somebody else. And don't be ashamed. I mean, it's happened to everybody, so maybe I'll get into some of the events that I wasn't so set up for and they kind of blew up in my face. But anyways, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I love you. And go cook some good food.